What up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Redirect. I'm Karan.
I am T'Challa King X Garvey. It is Black History Month.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, over here making up names now.
It fits me.
Yeah.
I feel like it fits me. I might change my name to that legally. Next year, maybe next month, we do the podcast.
What you doing that paycheck? Yes, doing that paycheck. How much it even cost to change your name?
I have no idea.
It's time for you to find out.
I'm not looking to it though.
So, like he said, Mr. What?
Get it right. T'Challa King X Garvey.
I'm gonna call him Mr. G.
That's cool.
Nah, Mr. G, too cool for you. But as he just said, it's Black History Month, so we had to represent and whatnot, come out with the freshness and whatnot. Yeah. But so what's going on?
It's episode 3.
Yeah.
It is episode 3. I know last week we didn't have the video for you guys. When we finished filming and we looked at the camera and we saw that it didn't catch the whole thing, we were hurt.
Because I'm like disappointed.
Because we had fun shooting episode 2, and we was like, oh, that's gonna show in the episode. But things happen. We regrouped. We're back this week, trying to make sure that things are running smoothly so that you can watch
that
it.
Camera's still good right now.
Yeah.
But before we continue on, I just want to say, make sure that you follow the pages. Instagram RD Podcast 1.
Facebook is Redirect Podcast.
Redirect Podcast. We put it down how to spell it for y'all because it's not spelled normally.
Yeah.
Also listen to us on Spotify and Apple on Podcasts. We're also up there too. So if you can't watch us, just listen to us on the go, and we'd be happy with that too. Just as long as y'all support us. Right?
Absolutely. The support has been amazing thus far. We've been checking to see likes and follows and everything like that. We got some new subscribers on the YouTube page. That's another place you can watch us on. So, just if you like what you hear, we're not asking for any money. Just follow us. Follow us, listen, share us. Because, you may not agree with everything we say, or you may not like everything, but there might be somebody that that does like what we say. So, just share.
Yeah, that's all we ask for, just share. I had something in my mind I was going to say, so I forgot. Go ahead.
And I'm going to redirect you on the important topic at hand. So, it is the best month of the year.
Yes.
Number 1 is my birth month. Number 2 is Black History Month.
Shouldn't Black History Month come before your birth month?
Well, I'm important to myself, so I had to put myself.
Black History Month was here first.
I'm important to myself.
Okay.
Self-love. Yes, I wanted to spend some time. I know the last podcast episode talked a little bit about history, and people was kind of like, yeah. I know one person was like, oh, I can't wait for the Black History Month episodes, and I'm very excited for that.
You better not disappoint.
Shoot, I'm gonna do my best.
Like I said off camera, he went to school for African American studies, so he deepened his blackness. I'm just black. I'm still learning.
I got extra levels.
Yes, you got extra levels of blackness.
So
you got revitiligo.
Would it be reverse revitiligo?
Nah, I remember Uncle Ruckus had revitiligo.
Yeah.
Every year he just get darker and darker and more darker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to share some information about Black History Month itself.
Go ahead.
Because I don't think that's always shared. So I just want to give a little bit of facts about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit about the origins.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you knew this or not, or anybody listening knows this, but Black History Month actually started as Black History Week by Dr. Carter G. Woodson.
Did not know that.
He's the author of The Miseducation of the Negro.
Okay.
He started as a week in 1926.
Mm-hmm.
He chose the month of February because it has the birthday of Abraham Lincoln. They say Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that because I have my own. Anyways, and then because it's February is also the month that it's accepted that Frederick Douglass was born. So because those two men, I guess, were important in his life, he was like, only makes sense to have Negro History Month here.
Okay.
Then in 1976, they said, let's give it a whole month. And I'm so glad they did that. They wouldn't give us the year, so we got a month. But I practiced it 365, Black History.
If they give us the year, how would that work? Oh, y'all had y'all year back in 1976. Y'all don't get no more.
And I'm saying the whole year, but that would be crazy.
I'm saying if they give us a whole year, you think they'd give us 1 year out of every decade.
It might be a decade. He's black for this 1 year. After that, I don't know what to tell y'all.
What was turn up for that whole year?
For that whole year.
That year gonna last forever.
December 31st will be a sad day. But that's how Black History Month started. Mm-hmm. Dr. Carter G. Woodson saw a need. I think he had a foundation where they were studying Black history or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, they was like, let's do a week, and then we got a month. So,
I'm glad they changed to a whole month, because a week don't seem like much.
Nah, it's way too short. A month, really, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you shouldn't keep, your learning to a month anyway.
Yeah, this is true. You should always be ever learning throughout the whole year.
Every single day. I think we highlight more. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with Black History Month, but I'm saying I think we highlight more during this month, which is
more like awareness and whatnot.
Yeah, yep. They have special plays and whatever else, about books, promotions or whatever.
I think it's good that we have this month too, like to use it for awareness, because there might be some young Black minds who are not aware of certain things. This be that time of the year where they can find out things, and then they can continue on that growth and learning throughout the whole year.
Yeah. So this month will be like every week we'll have something pertaining to, the Black community, Blackness as a whole.
A new shirt every week.
Karan gonna provide the shirts for me.
You got your own shirts.
And we just kind of keep the theme alive for Black History Month: learning, growth, culture, success, all of it. It's a beautiful history and culture that we have, that we share all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's keeping that tradition alive, but promoting Blackness.
Yeah.
Which leads me to one of my first questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What does Blackness mean to you?
What does Blackness mean to me? It's like I won't say it's a group of people. It's more like a culture type thing. Granted, we are a group of people, but I feel like it's more of our culture, the way we do things, just I don't know. I kind of trying to describe how can I put this to words. I don't know. Blackness is that cool twist on everything. We just I feel like we make everything cool until somebody else come and make it not cool. Then we go on to the next thing.
Would you say it's like an attitude?
An attitude?
Blackness.
Nah, but people say, you wet and black and blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't say it's attitude, really, but I can see why people would say that, because they contributing this attitude to Blackness. I see why people would say that, but I don't think it's specifically an attitude.
Okay. I asked that question because you answered that way. I could ask someone else and they'll give a completely different answer. I don't think there is one answer for what Blackness is, because it varies from person to person. You're a Black man. You enjoy anime.
Yeah.
You enjoy K-pop. You enjoy rap music.
J-pop.
I'm sorry. J-pop. You enjoy rap music. You enjoy all these different kinds of things that aren't always put in the box of Blackness, But that's okay. Yeah. Because you enjoy them, that's you. You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't mean you're not Black anymore. Yeah. I know we joke in our community, I'm taking your Black card.
Yeah.
But
Lord, don't you stay taking mine.
With calls. But there's no one way to be Black.
Yeah.
When I think of Blackness, I think of a shared experience, a shared culture and history of people. And then it's not for one group of Black people. Yeah. Because like I said, we're worldwide.
Yeah, definitely.
You got Black people in India. You got Black people in, of course, Africa, Europe. People that live in Europe. People that live all over South America, North America. Yeah, we are all Australia, all over.
We are everywhere, and we here to stay.
Everywhere. So I think also all those different groups should be celebrated during Black History Month. If you guys notice, it's Black History Month. Doesn't necessarily say African American History Month. I know that might be some places, but we generally call it Black History Month.
Yeah.
Celebrate all Blackness.
All Blackness.
Whether it's straight, whether it's gay, whether it's tall, short, old, young, light, dark. Celebrate all dark. I mean, all Blackness.
All dark.
changed to a different podcast and everyone. Celebrate all blackness.
Yeah.
Because it's all important and it's all beautiful.
Yeah, black
and
is
like
beautiful.
You said, it's here to stay. Like,
we
made it through slavery.
I know. I ain't going nowhere.
We made it through the transatlantic slave trade.
My black self ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here until otherwise.
What you mean, staying right here?
Staying right here until otherwise. Until you kick me out this house, I'm staying right here. Your mom cooking dinner. I'm gonna eat her food and everything.
Nah.
You mean nah?
Nah, you gotta pay for that. Support black business. See, that's what's wrong with you. That's what's wrong with you right there.
Your mama's not a business. She's just a parent providing for people.
Tell her that.
No, tell her.
I think it's also important to note that black history just isn't something that could be celebrated by black people.
Oh no.
It's I'm gonna keep it in America so we don't have like this huge thing. So black history in America is not just something that black Americans should celebrate, because black history is a part of American history.
Yeah, it is American history.
You think about the Buffalo Soldiers when they're doing their thing. You think about the Tuskegee Airmen. You think about Black Panther Party.
I say Black Wall Street and all
Black
that.
Wall Street. All these different groups that have had influence on America.
Yeah.
And have played integral parts to how America moved forward.
Yeah.
So, if you're of any race, learn something, because it's a part of your history.
So how would you say another race would celebrate Black History Month?
How do you celebrate Black History Month if you're another race?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Not go get a dashiki.
You said do not?
Get your hair braided. I'm just playing. I think we talked about that one time in the future. I think just like with any culture, you have to respect it.
Yeah.
You know, so show your respect and appreciation in normal ways. Like, you know, like go see a play about a historical black figure, or go do a Google search.
Yeah.
Learn about some black pioneers in your city.
Yeah.
Or in the nation, and just, you know, respect each other. Because I feel like sometimes we're looked at as people that haven't contributed anything to American society, and that's so far from the truth. Yeah.
Well, you know, once they it blew my mind one time when people like, you know, black people are lazy, and then somebody hit me like, how are we lazy if we, you know, did the whole slavery thing? We was far from it. If anything, we was forced to, you know, in this labor, so we couldn't be lazy. So or we beat to death or whatever. So therefore, I don't think we're a lazy group of people.
I don't think we're lazy either.
No.
I mean, you always have exceptions in groups. You know what I mean? Like, there are some lazy people that identify as black. Yeah,
there's lazy people everywhere, all races and gender and animals.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you want to point out lazy people, you're gonna find them. Yeah. But you also need to acknowledge the hardworking people that are part of our culture and communities as well. Like, Barack Obama became president. Like, so many people that have created inventions, restaurants, ideas, music. Yeah. Like, the music that everybody loves across the world. Like, that's lazy?
Well, our music is definitely loved across the world.
I don't know if anybody's ever sat and, like, during a recording of a song or whatever, but there's a lot into that. You know what I mean? I heard this one thing, it was like, people that make music and take it serious are like the biggest nerds, because they learn about the engineering of the music, about all this, the timing on all these different kinds of things. Like,
have you ever tried to dabble into like music like that?
Have not.
If you have no passion for it, that is the most hard to do. Not only hard, that is the most stressful thing in the world. I remember one time I had downloaded Fruity Loops. I was looking at YouTube videos.
That's what's called Fruity Loops?
Yeah, it's called Fruity Loops. I'm like, I'm about to change the game. I opened that joint up, I said, this ain't it. I tried, but like, when I downloaded, I had to download other software for this and this, that, and that. I said, you know what?
That's too much.
Too much for me. I couldn't do it.
Too much. you know, I want to have a conversation about, so we already brought up what is blackness. Kind of dabbled in how other people view blackness. What do you feel like is the problem with how other people view us and our communities? Where's the disconnect?
Oh, I like to go back to that thing of people fear what they don't know. So I feel like other cultures and people, they don't understand us well. They don't try to understand us, so therefore they just jump to assumptions, discriminate, and just fear us and just try to avoid us. When really we're not scary people at all.
No.
Really, we're just like them. We're different, but we're on the same playing field.
Now there are some scary people.
There scary people.
I'm not gonna lie.
To us, there's
Yeah.
some people in other cultures who are very scary to us.
That's a good point.
And granted, I feel like we treat them a little bit differently, like how we present, how we fear them. But there's scary people across the globe. But yeah, I think it more so goes back to we fear what we don't know, so we won't try to avoid it.
Even more reason for people to take Black History Month. If you don't use any other time throughout the year to learn something about Black people, use this month. Like you have resources available to you even more. It's promoted more. Just learn something.
Yeah.
You know, change your mindset. I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast. He had a guy up there. I cannot think of his name. But this is the guy that has talked to KKK members and has had them change their lives based on his interactions with them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. Like,
that's impactful.
Exactly, right? And he was just saying, like...
How do you change... I'm sorry to cut you off. How do you change somebody with that much, in a sense, hatred in them towards something and make them do a 180 in this...
Well, what he was saying was the number one thing that is present is ignorance.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, they don't know.
Yeah.
And what he was doing while interacting with them, he said he never really sought out to change people or convert people.
Yeah.
He just had normal interactions with them. And he was like, by doing that, they just like, you're a regular person.
I think that's a key thing right there. Not going out to try to change people. Because when you do that, that's when people push back in line. I ain't doing that. I think that was to me, I think that was a key component to what he did. Because you go out there to try to do something, like I said, it might not work out. Just go out there and have a normal conversation with people, get to know them, and educate them and whatnot, and then boom.
Can you imagine though? Like, I'm going to go sit down with some KKK members.
Was he a black guy or a white guy?
This black dude.
Oh, nah.
It was a black dude that went and talked to KKK members, and they like changed their ways. A lot of them
changed. Meeting in an IHOP or something. I ain't about to go to their institute and whatnot.
He went to like one of the bars that they frequented a lot, and like tried to meet up with them there. And then he met up with the Grand Wizard and a hotel. He was talking about their names, like they got names like Grand Wizard and Dragon, and it's like an anime, like with their titles and everything. But yeah, it was crazy to me just listening to him. And I'm not saying like that we need to go out of our way to make people feel comfortable with us, because I feel like that is a problem that we see with some people as well. Some people do too much.
Yeah.
Like, I need to overcompensate for your fear and make you feel comfortable around me. So I need to smile extra hard, or I need to make you laugh.
Let me chuck and jive.
Yeah, let me chuck and jive for you. Like, we shouldn't do that either.
No.
Because you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. You shouldn't be ashamed of your blackness, and you shouldn't be ashamed that somebody don't like you.
Yeah.
Like, that's their loss.
That ultimately, not everybody's gonna like you. I'm quite sure some people don't like me now, but it's not gonna change my life. Not gonna change my viewpoint, my perspective. I'm still gonna do what I have to do, because what's the worst thing that can happen to me from so not liking me?
A whole bunch of stuff.
Nothing. I mean, nothing really is going to change my life. Like, oh, he don't like me? Okay.
I see what you're saying. You're saying like on a basic level of somebody just not liking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? They just don't like me.
On that basic level, nothing.
Now, they want to go to the extreme, then.
But that's what we see in America.
Yeah.
When you have systems created out of not liking or fearing people, that's where you get institutional racism.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to go to the extreme, but we need it because it's real.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. Like, someone saying, I don't like this person because he's black, and just leaves it at that don't do anything to me.
Nah.
When somebody says that and then has a position of power,
if they take action behind those words, then it's a problem.
Then it's a problem, because now they can cause changes in your life that are unfavorable to you, which isn't cool. But I think it's just a understanding, like, black people. Just understanding us. Like, I don't think people take time to do that.
They don't.
Like,
I don't think they do.
Something as simple as ebonics. We get a lot of flack for that in the black community.
Yeah,
black people talk dumb, can't understand them, like, like all these different kind of things that are attached to ebonics. But when you look at that, like, isn't that not like a form of language?
Yeah, it is. Because it's our language, it's a problem.
Because it's something that's associated with us, it's a problem.
Associated with blackness.
But when you look at accents, French, Spanish, people like
South,
like people are like, oh, it's so like sometimes people meet somebody from like England.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exotic and all that other kind of stuff. Like it's so cool. It's looked at differently.
Yeah.
Why isn't the way we talk looked at in the same way?
Like you said, they associate us as dumb sometimes. Well, I won't say something. They associate us as dumb. Like I said, they don't care to get to know us and whatnot. So they're like, your group of people, your country already say y'all bad, so we're just gonna roll with that. We don't want to try to get to know y'all.
I think I was listening to, and I like to try to always provide the source of where I get my information because I don't ever try to pass off. If it's not my original thought, I'm not gonna try to make it seem like it was mine.
Yeah.
But I don't always remember, so forgive me for that as well. I think it was Dr. Greg Carr, and he was talking about ebonics, and he was saying that how did they expect for these newly enslaved people to pick up the English language like that when number one is being forced upon them, and number two, he was like they're learning from the the overseers and stuff like that. And he was like in most cases they weren't white individuals of high status. They were like the poor, so they didn't have the best grasp of the English vocabulary and language.
They still seeing highly than us though.
So then you have people like that teaching people that don't know English.
Yeah.
So how do you expect for them to talk? How do you expect for them to have a good language?
It's not going to translate well.
Yeah, like they sitting in the classroom learning and they can't pick it up. Like, oh, y'all stupid because y'all ain't got it. Like, no, we're learning from somebody that don't really know what he's talking about either.
That's like, to put it in anime terms, it's like have Goku up here. He's your strongest leader, and he's sending Yamcha down to train all the people on Earth to be Z fighters.
Pretty much.
How do you think that's going to work out?
Not well. Not well at all.
Everybody going to be laid out.
Exactly.
Beat by Cybermen and whatnot.
Not well at all. I don't know if it was him, but it might have been somebody else. But they also talked about black names. Mm-hmm. Now, your name is Karan. Mm-hmm. My name is Devon. Mm-hmm. Not traditional English names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know we've all heard this thing of like some people name their kids different things, like Charles. Not to say there's anything wrong with anybody's name, but like Charles or Sam or Angel, Ashley, because they want them to get a good job.
Yeah.
So they say, I don't want somebody to be able to look at your resume and say, black person.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hire you.
Throw that in the bad pal.
Throw that in the shredder. We're not even going to look at it. But like, why do we do that too? I mean, well, not we, but
why do they
America,
do that? They don't want to be associated with us. It's messed up. Granted, I would never name my kid Jaquan Z Don Boom Don or some crazy random like that's just doing too much now. Yeah. But I would give my kid a regular black name and keep it moving. I wouldn't want to have to like, just born, let me think about your life, 18 years to the future, I need to make sure that your name qualifies you for a job.
But what's a regular black name?
I don't know, you deep in your blackness. What's a regular black name? Daquan. That's when we go to a lot. Daquan, Jaquan, any Quans.
Quans, Vons, Ishas, right? That's usually black names. But you know what's funny? Some names that we consider black names aren't black in their origins. Mm-hmm. Like Dimitri is Russian. Mm-hmm. Antoine is French. Really? Jerome, I think, is from England.
Nah, we're going to accept Jerome.
Natasha, I think, is another Russian name. Letitia is from one of those European countries as well.
Did not know that.
Yeah, right? Like, we don't even know, like, the origins of things.
So they hating on us for all the wrong reasons.
Right? This from y'all. Like, we just started naming a lot of our people this, and it stuck. It fit. But I think we need to start changing our mind, the way we look at what we do. Because we've been taught that what we have is a lower grade. Mm-hmm. So the way we speak is not going to be as good, and how we name ourselves isn't going to be as well either. But when you think about it, like, and again, this isn't to come at anybody, this is just having a conversation to have us look differently about this. Yeah. When you look at a name like, Give me a traditional English name.
I don't know these names.
Gerald.
I was about to say something else, but it's not appropriate.
Tabitha.
Yeah.
Hunter.
I know somebody named Hunter.
Samuel. You know?
Yeah.
Like, who's to say that these names are appropriate or right?
True.
Because, I mean, if we went in the Middle East or somewhere where they don't speak English, it's not the predominant language, and we start talking to them and we're like, my name is Samuel. How do you think they react? They'd be like, what's up, Samuel? They may not be able to pronounce it. They'd be like, what? That's not a part of my culture.
Yeah, it's speaking foreign to me.
Yeah, it's speaking foreign. But it's accepted because this is a part of the dominant culture in society.
Yeah.
It's a part of that. So when we come up with names, like you said, Daquan, we have like our Aishas, our Letitias, all these different names that we have. Like even LaDasha. Remember that when people was talking about that?
Oh yeah, all about LaDasha.
Starquishas and everything.
Wasn't that
like
Sharquisha?
Sharquisha, yeah, and things like that. Even in the black community, we listen to names like that and we'll laugh to ourselves like, why you name your baby? Like, why you do that to them?
It's extremely out the norm. Yeah.
But what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it.
I mean, when you really think about it, what is wrong with it?
Now, how about this name?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in 9th grade, my teacher said she had a student. Didn't know how to spell their name. The name was Lavaquananicious. What's wrong with it? Why you?
There are always exceptions. I would say there are always exceptions. There are names in every culture that I'm sure people in that culture like, why is this name still here?
There was I saw a clip on YouTube about there was a girl on Oprah. She had like the longest name ever.
Really?
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. One, I don't remember it, but that name took like 20 seconds to pronounce.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is your child name this long?
Yeah.
Using every letter of the alphabet at least 20 times.
They had to make sure nobody else had that name.
When they asked for her full government name, she had to write that down. Can you imagine having a 100-letter name?
No.
I try to remember.
You have to have a nickname at that point. You gotta have a nickname.
But you still had to put down your government name on documents, and then it might ask you what name would you like to go by.
I'd change it.
You got no choice.
It's an inconvenience at that point.
I wouldn't even be proud of that.
It's just an inconvenience at that point.
I would imagine your mom got a regular name, your parents got a regular name. They decided to name you this. I won't say extravagant.
Well, I'm gonna share this story. And shout out to my dad. He told me that my mom was gonna name me Herman Jr. I'm gonna pause for a second just to appreciate the fact that didn't occur. Because he was telling me this and he said he had to tell her, no, we are not about to do that. Like we're not about to do this to him. This baby did nothing wrong in the world. Like he fresh.
He didn't have a chance. He a blank slate.
So he was like, he had to talk her out of it. Like, nah, it's okay. I don't need a junior. You know what I mean? Like, we can name him something different. But I thought that was funny when he told me that, because even like I said earlier, even with traditional like European names, like there are certain names that we just like either they're outdated or people just laugh at them. You know what I mean? Like
Lavaquananicious.
I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that. Like
I remember that. Like I'm 29 now. I was a freshman how long ago?
In college?
No, high school.
High school. Ooh, that about 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yes, Lavaquananicious.
And I hope that she's doing very well.
I hope she is too.
I hope you are doing phenomenal. If you ever hear this, I wish the best for you.
Yes, Lava, we praying for you.
I would have went by that too, Lava.
Yeah,
that's a dope name. But self-determination. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like the fact that we have created certain names for ourselves, that shows our creativity. Yeah. Like when you think
very
about
creative
it,
people. Very creative.
Exactly.
When you look at social media right now, who is most influenced in social media?
Black Twitter.
Boy.
Black Twitter.
Anything that's trending and whatnot, is more likely us, black people, the blackness.
It's just so sad to me because we'll sit here and laugh at ourselves. Yeah. And judge each other and be like, oh, you name your son Saquon? Why? And it's like, ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, not at all.
I chose a name for my child, and that's fine.
I met somebody, their name was Chance.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest name I ever met, a black guy,
Mm-hmm.
his name was Solo.
That was his birth name?
Yes.
Solo?
He said his name was Solo.
He was born to be a rapper.
We were born adventurous or something.
Yeah, right.
Like, everything you do, you gotta do solo. Like, that's a dope name.
That really is.
You ripping everything. Like, you better go out there and slay some demons or something.
I don't know if I'd name my kid that, but that is a cool name.
It's like one of them things, like, they gotta kind of grow into it. Mm-hmm. They gotta grow into that name.
Solo. Like.
There was, at one point in time on social media, there was a kid, his name was the best ever.
The coldest to ever do it.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
And he played football, and he was nice at it.
Is that too much stuff? We talk about names. Is that too much? Because when it gets to a certain point, everybody has the right to be creative as they want to.
Yeah.
And do whatever you want. You know, as long as you ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
there should be limitations.
There should be limitations. Like,
because if he wasn't the coldest to ever do it,
yeah. But still, it's just like, why? Like, you can name your child Table.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's gonna be a great name, right?
No.
I mean, you know.
I wouldn't name my kid Table.
Just I say this, people.
Picnic table, maybe.
we come from very creative, highly enlightened, insightful peoples, and traditionally, in those cultures and traditions, they would name their youth names with meaning, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they're born a certain day of the week, they would get that name, or their names for like river and son or child of God or different names like that. You know what I mean?
Ever since I've been working in the school, well, when I was working in school systems, I've grown accustomed to not being so surprised now by hearing certain kids' names. When I think kid named Wednesday, I'm like, okay, kid named God Gift. I'm like,
that's pretty dope.
I'm like, yeah, I get we are a God. I mean, we are a gift from God, but personally, I wouldn't name.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, it's something different. You know, there's not going to be many people you meet in the world with that name, which is very unique.
Yeah, it is very unique. Yeah. I think it is unique.
I don't think it's a bad name at all. Because after I got used to it, I'm like, oh, hey. You know, just talk to them all the time. But that's it. I don't know what kind of name I would give my kid. Not yet, because I don't plan on having no kids.
Some people wait. I know it's not the norm, but some people wait to like see their child in person and be like, and then I give them a name. Would you ever consider doing that?
No, only because I feel like I should already have something planned. Because I'm waiting to the last minute to see him. Like, what do you look like? You look like a Travis Bernard Walker. I ain't got nothing else. Let's just go with it.
That's gonna be the name of your first child.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, I heard it here first. Travis Bernard Walker.
I don't even like Bernard. That don't even sound like a good middle name.
Bernard.
Yeah. No. Bernard's probably like a first name.
Well,
middle names are the names you don't want to be called by.
Bernard Travis Walker.
I feel like middle names are names you really don't want to be called by. You don't want your friends to find out what your middle name is.
Yeah. I don't know why parents be doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they be doing that too. But to get back on the topic of blackness, so there's so many different things we could talk about as far as like changing the way we look at it in the black community or relating to black people. Another thing that is very prevalent is this whole idea or ideology of good hair versus bad hair. So I'm gonna ask you this first. What is considered good hair in a black community?
If they don't got that nappy stuff, the BDBs in their head, usually hair that gets curly, natural curl bounce, and this not rough looking, I guess. And for me, that good natural hair, I don't want to go to the whole line of the straight hair stuff, but for natural black hair, the good curliness and whatnot, it's not rough and it just look like you've been playing outside all day and you did nothing to your head.
So you talking about as far as like the condition of the hair, the state of the hair, or how it looks? I'm talking about more like what it looks like. Take away like the people not maintaining, just what it looks like.
Looks natural, I guess. I don't know how it's supposed to look besides natural.
I'm just talking about as far as like what you've heard and been exposed to in the black community, as far as what good hair is versus what bad hair. So what would you say bad hair is, or what is deemed bad hair in the black community by most people or a lot of people?
By other people? I'm going by what black people. Cause
I'm talking about black people.
I mean, bad hair. By other people would be like dreads and stuff by other people, but
well, for black people, what do we? When you hear somebody say, "Oh, they got that bad hair," like I don't want my baby to have it. Like you said, naps and
naps and BBs.
So so what does that look like?
What it look like? Look like little BBs, like little peas in your head, like mash the peas together. I don't know what it look like to you.
What good hair is that?
Yeah,
I think there is a group of people in the black community that consider good hair to be straighter, curly.
So conforming to the white standard of beauty?
More white.
Mm-hmm.
And then those same people would also consider bad hair to be the one that's not as curly. It's short to the head. It's the tight curls.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hair that doesn't bounce.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as alluring.
Yeah.
Because I've heard this time and time again. People say, "Oh, that person got some good hair," and you look at them, and they have like this curly, flowing hair. It's
mm-hmm.
like, where do we get that from? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, number one, who's to say what's good and what's bad? Because I'll share this story. I know you're about to say something.
Go ahead. Hang on.
You know, I had locks, remember?
Mm-hmm. Of course, I remember that. I met you had locks.
But yeah, for those that didn't know, I had wonderful locks. When I first started my locks, the person did like had like little coils on my head.
Mm-hmm.
It took a whole year for all my hair to lock.
Mm-hmm.
For all of them to lock. You know, in that time I couldn't like get it washed. I had to use like products to clean my hair and everything like that.
Sounds like a lot of work.
So, and because the reason for that was my hair is kind of curly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna say it's like straight or anything, but it's kind of curly. So it didn't that kind of texture is not really good for locking.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, for those who don't know what locks are, dreadlocks. As far as dreadlocks are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point in time, I remember like thinking, I was like, I wish my hair was more coarse.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would lock easier.
Yeah, rough hair.
Yeah, I wish it was more coarse. Like it would have locked easier. And I just remember having that moment. But at the same time, I also heard people say, "Oh boy, you got good hair,"
mm-hmm.
because it is like kind of more curly. And I'm like, I hear that, and I'm like, what does that do for us in this community?
Yeah,
it creates a divide. So you have people on this side that are more appealing, more accepted because they have these kind of features or
mm-hmm.
phenotype, like the hair. And you have people on this side that's deemed less desirable because they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all things that we have no control over.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get texturizers and perms and everything, like relaxers and everything like that. But when we talk about this whole natural movement and being natural, like your natural hair is what you're born with.
Yeah.
So shouldn't all of it be praised?
Yeah, shouldn't all of it be what?
Praised.
It should be. Should be.
It should be. It
should be.
Should be.
The world worked differently. I know, to share my story, mm-hmm. and most of y'all who don't know, I used to rock the afro all the time.
He's like Ludacris.
Yes, I did. My nickname all throughout high school was Luda.
Baby Luda.
Just Luda. But I had what would be considered that good hair. And I ain't gonna lie, my hair was boosted. Yeah, I got that good hair, boy.
Bookie?
What
does Bookie mean?
Bookie? Who said Bookie?
You said Bookie?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think I said Bookie, but I go back and listen. I said, boy, I had that good hair.
Oh, okay.
So my hair was boosted.
All these said Bookie, boosted. Okay, go ahead.
Bookie, that sounds like a nickname for
somebody. I thought that was a North Carolina thing. I was like, that's what y'all was saying?
Bookie, yeah.
But anyways, your hair was boosted.
My hair was boosted, so I was always considered, I got that good hair. Your hair ain't good as mine. Yeah. But, I mean, granted, I did have good hair, but I never went to the extreme of like downplaying people for real, nothing like that. My hair was just boosted. Yeah, I got that good hair. I got a little bit of confidence going on, which I guess was good. But like I said, all hair should be praise in a sense if it's natural. That's the way. If that's the way it grows, that's the way it grows.
If that's the way it grows, then you should appreciate it and love it for what it is. You know what I mean?
But I also say, maintain it.
Yes.
Take care of it.
Yes.
Yes. I don't want to sound elitist or nothing, but not everybody looks good with it. Some people look really good, like for men, for example. Some look good with a real nice shortcut and stuff like that. They realize some things aren't for everybody. Just realize what's for you. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out if this beard is for me or not. I just don't know.
I know mine's for me.
It's going to take so long to grow, and I'm like, I'm tired of it some days. And some days, like, look all right.
I think the important theme here is just to recognize why we have these thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these ideas prevalent in our community?
Mm-hmm.
And when you go back to the origins of them, it doesn't come necessarily from us. It comes from listening to outside people.
Yeah. I'm quite sure back in the day, black people, they probably didn't go around judging each other here because it was just all them. So I doubt they...
You talking about like in Africa?
Yeah.
Probably so.
You think they did?
I think they did.
They divided areas or like the people within the same?
Yeah, because black people in Africa aren't a monolith.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different like ethnic groups with different languages and customs and traditions. Some people will put like red clay in their hair and make like kind of locks.
Yeah.
Some people have braids. Some people shave their head. It's different. So I'm sure there were some groups that looked over the river at the other people and was like, their hair looks stupid.
Like Lion King, what's that over there, Dad? Don't go over there.
Yeah.
That's the bad hair.
Right? We don't go over there. I'm sure that happened.
Yeah, it probably was.
I'm sure that happened in some case. I think it's interesting here in America because we're looked at more as a monolith, even more so than people in Africa, I think. But even we're not a monolith here. Like you have Creole people in like Louisiana, and people that's more mixed with like the French and the English and Native American people. You got people up north and out west and south and east and Midwest with just different cultures and everything like that. But yeah, we never been on one accord, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Never. But at the same time, I think when you look at these harmful thoughts, once we got here, we were influenced by other people.
Yeah.
So
we tried to fit in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We tried to fit in a lot, and then still wasn't accepted, but still continued to try.
Yes.
Even to this day, we still continue to try to fit in.
Continue to try. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's like I'm sure it was cases of, you're more, like we said, it goes back to what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So as a person with power and status in America, we know that we're talking about back in the day. So that person would have been mostly a white person.
Yeah.
You're going to be more comfortable interacting, in most cases, you're going to be more comfortable interacting with a black person that doesn't look as black to you.
Yeah.
So the curlier hair, the lighter skin, speaks in a way similar to you. Yeah. So you're more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And those ideas get passed on to the black community.
Yeah.
This is what we need to strive to be, guys. Lighter, curlier hair, using the King's English, like and all this other different kind of stuff that really doesn't need to be a part of our communities because, like you said, either way, you still weren't trusted. Yeah. There were people that looked white that were enslaved because of the one drop rule. They granddaddy was black, or no, grandmama was black, so you're black because they trace they know. So, but you got blonde hair and blue eyes.
Great grandma, Negro. So
like, nah, Robert Smalls over there. Nah, nope.
He tried to get us with that name, but I knew better.
Yeah, I know better. But that's how it is. Yeah, I think we need to do better with understanding why we have these certain ideas and where they come from and what we can do to change them. So I like to be solution focused.
Yeah.
What's something that we can do to change it?
Repeat your question. I'm sorry.
You're fine. What's something? I'm gonna redirect you.
Yeah, please do right now. Cause I got a lot going on in my brain right now. Please
it's all good. I said we have these ideas that come from other people that aren't productive in the black community.
Yeah.
What's something that we can do as a group to start changing that?
I'm sorry, Devon. You gotta answer your own question because
You good?
the frustration in my head right now is but okay. This answer for the people. This answer for the people.
Okay.
This answer for the people.
I think learning.
Mm-hmm.
I think learning origins, like I said, learning the origins of things. Where do these things come from? And I'm pretty sure in most cases we'll find it doesn't really come from us, it comes from other people. And then once we get there, we should do this mass cleansing of our mindsets. Mm-hmm. What needs to go? Mm-hmm. What can stay and what needs to go?
Easier. I would say that's easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. None of it's going to be easy.
No, there's some people who just not willing to jump aboard.
That's why we still have these issues.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to change your mind when it's been ingrained into you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we want to be healthier people, we need to.
Yeah.
Or else we're just going to keep on suffering from this stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think that's good food for thought, honestly. Like, give y'all some things to start thinking about and considering.
Yeah.
Moving forward with the rest of Black History Month. We have some other topics planned. Like I said, I think in the last one or the one before, we do listen to you guys, and 2 people have mentioned topics that we're going to incorporate in next week's episode. And we're going to bring on a special guest for that we're excited to have on, because this man has been a mentor for me and is very intelligent, knows a lot, and is willing to share that wealth of knowledge.
It's been a long time since I've seen him.
Yeah, right. I'm excited to see him. I don't know.
Yeah,
you just my friend. I got a +1.
Who this stranger? You ain't telling me it's gonna be somebody else.
So please continue sharing. What do you want to hear? What's important? And we'll try to incorporate it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all for it. Like I said, we want to build a community here, so we want y'all to engage with us. We want y'all to know that we're listening, we're reading the comments and whatever. Make this more integrated with y'all. So we want to, like I said, be in this together.
Yeah, absolutely. Be in this together. We're all in this together.
Yes, definitely.
So, this has been Redirect. Again, I am T'Challa, King X Garvey.
I'm Karan, so be sure to follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Redirect, Instagram at RD Podcast 1. What's the Twitter? Is it Redirect?
Nah, I'm going to have to get back to y'all on that. But we on Twitter.
All right, we up there too. But yeah, so make sure you just follow us and whatnot, subscribe, support us. We'll support you any way that we can by keep giving y'all these episodes once a week. And with that being said, Redirect out.
Peace.